Alright, it's Wednesday night, in the end of June. Just want to make this quick video before it gets too dark. I just threw the grill and the hood on quickly just to kind of get a fitment thing. We're going to have to cut the front part of the frame here off on both sides, so that the grill and all that will sit down lower where it needs to be. And as you can see over here, the hood is hitting the air cleaner. So I think what we're going to do is make some kind of cowl hood on this thing. We'll cut it and measure it out, and we'll bring it up, 3 inches maybe, whatever we need to clear the air cleaner and the top of the motor. And down to here, so even maybe to this seam here, we'll leave this bend in it, and we'll just roll the top part up, and we'll make pieces on the side and smooth it over. And I'd like to make the hinges attach in the front, so the whole hood will actually open up this way instead of the opposite. But I'm not sure if that's going to work out, or I'm going to be able to pull that off. For now, I took them off just so we can get the hood on there and for fitment. It's going to come this way a little bit. And like I said, I just threw it on there for now. It's still going to come this way. We still got to shim. Well, I just got a piece of plywood in there now. You can't. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Kind of see it there. But we got our radiator support cut out, and we got. I'll post some pictures that I took of the actual radiator, welded in some pieces of angle iron for our radiator support. So we'll get everything shimmed up and level, so our gaps are good on the fenders and height wise and everything. And then we'll bolt it down and finish. I put some bolts in to catch the fenders and stuff for now, so we'll tighten all these up, bolt everything together, so that way everything here, basically want to keep everything square to the body, either in this line gap here in our door gap, so our door is clear when they open. We'll get that all done. Like I said, I'm going to cut these front frame horns off, and then we can bolt our grill, slide our grill down, bolt it in place. I'm going to try to straighten out this side a little bit. It got banged up, or not, we don't know, we'll see. We might leave it, add a little character. As long as the light works, we'll get that all working. Once we cut those off too, we'll get that all down. We'll make a piece here for the middle of the grill support to attach, either have it go in or come up or whatever. And I'm hoping if we cut these off, that we can make a plate or something and attach them down lower so we can put our bumper back on. Because I think I have 2 more bumpers that are a little nicer than the ones that were on it. Not that it really matters, but I figured we got them, might as well use them. So we're gonna see if we can attach, use this to move it down and reattach the bumpers where we want them and weld them in. I think that's what I'm gonna do in the back here for the bed too, to cover up this space we got. In here underneath, I think I'm just gonna tuck a bumper up against it and see how it looks. If it looks stupid, we'll just make some kind of roll pan or something. Yeah, Chris posted, as I'm sure you saw, we got the drive shaft out, getting it shortened and balanced. So hopefully we'll get that back next week some point, or hopefully soon. We can put that in, and we can put our boards in back down and get those screwed in place and finish up. We made one here, gonna make one more piece there and 2 on this side, and then that part will be done. Throw our gas tank in. I guess we still got to finish the floor. I may end up just doing that, but we'll get that done. But once we get our drive shaft, I get this fitted. Oh, I also took the radiator out. Forgot about that. We're gonna try to use this radiator, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to Now we're definitely not going to use it because I tried to remove the petcock to drain it, and the thing just broke right off. So that put an answer in the end of that question. So we're gonna go with a different radiator. I have the universal joints for the steering column and a universal radiator fill that you can put like in the upper radiator hose and line coming. It should be here tomorrow. So now that our motor is going to be higher than the radiator, we can put that fill in the upper hose so we can fill it at the highest point, get all the air out, and like maybe run like a radiator out of like a newer Cadillac or something like that with a V8 that doesn't have, you know, it's just upper lower hose fittings, no cap. So that'll solve that issue hopefully. And I got an electric fan. I think I got 2 of them actually in the garage here that we can use. We'll rig that up, an electric fan. So anyway, that's just a quick update. Didn't get a whole lot done, but it's starting to look like a truck again. Just like I said, I threw the hood and that on there real quick just to kind of get an idea, show you guys. It doesn't look too bad. It's coming along pretty good. Like I said, we'll get some more stuff cut out, mounted, and hopefully pretty soon once we get that drive shaft, we're gonna rig it up enough so we can get it to run. And I want to move it just over here where the Dakota is, in front of the garage here, and this up by the cement slab, so we can use the cherry picker and pull the motor out, do our motor swap. And once we get the motor swapped out, we'll be pretty close to being able to at least drive it. Just look at a wire, do a bunch of wiring, and get the gas tank. Once the floor is done, we're done welding with that stuff. Don't have to worry about sparks and a fire. We'll get the gas tank bolted in, and we'll make a cover like we were talking about. I may actually start on that, you know, fabricating the cover beforehand, then we can just bolt it in. Like I said too, I gotta take the steering column apart. We were gonna use a different steering wheel. I think we're just gonna use the factory one for now and just modify it, shorten it up, and make do with it for now. We're kind of running out of time. I really want to get this thing mobile and be able to drive it a bit to see how it's gonna go. Work some kinks out of it before we go in September, because it's coming quick, and we're getting there, but we still got a long ways to go. And I think for now we're going to focus on just getting it drivable, and if we have time left over, we'll work on the some of the artistic, I should, you know, so to say, the aspects of that afterwards. But yeah, I'll just do one more quick walk around, just so you guys can see this. Where you kind of seen the back, I'm sure. But does look a lot better. This side doesn't look quite so good with the hood kind of up like that, but fender's bolted on. Still got to attach the bottom of the fender. We're gonna have to that's all rotted, so we're gonna make a weld a piece on and bolt it underneath to the cab somewhere. And like I said, the front. Get the front bolted down. I don't think we're gonna run this piece here. This is the old, actually went on top of those frame horns, and it just kind of sat in as a filler piece between the bumper and the bottom of the grill. I don't think we're gonna do that. I think we're just gonna leave that. This is kind of rough, and I think if we can tuck the bumper up in tight enough, you won't even need it. That's the plan. Kind of shimmy the bumper in a little bit and see how that works out. But yeah, she's starting to look like a truck again. So hopefully next couple weeks we'll get her running, and we'll have the drive shaft in, and we'll have the nose bolted on at least, so it's squared off and everything's attached. And like I said, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with the hood. I'd like to make it, like I said, open forward, but we may just bolt it back together the way it was and make it open the other way, just for time's sake and all that good stuff. And we'll worry about maybe stuff like that if we have time, or once we get back, we'll still maybe tinker with it. So alright, thanks for all the likes, comments, and all as usual, and and we'll see you soon. Thanks.